Yes, it is Ask a Black Woman with my Cinnamon,
Rachel. Hi.
and of course I'm the Caramel. What up? What up? What up? Unfortunately, I done the stereotypical thing. They expect black people to be late, and hell, I was late. But it's because I'm a diligent worker, and I couldn't log on at exactly 1:15. Hot damn it. You know, I'm gonna wait and see if some numbers pop up. We ain't got much time because we got to get this food situation together. Because I'm recording this anyway, I want to break down where I got the Ask a Black Woman concept right away. And then how the hell did I meet this lady right here? How about that? I just figured Ask a Black Woman. I think it's an interesting world that we live in. People are so racially divided, blah, blah, blah. But at the same time, they don't really ask questions to break down the barriers. You know, and so y'all know what type of woman I am. I don't care. You can ask me anything. It really is, as long as we stay respectful. But you really can't ask me anything. And we'll just go from there. Now, Rachel, tell them about your background. This is what makes the Ask a Black Woman series relevant.
Well, I'm from LA, but I'm Persian, so I have parents who are immigrants, but I'm American, so we've got that dual conflict of, you know, kind of seeing things from a different perspective, and I have a lot of friends from a lot of ethnic and religious backgrounds, so I feel like it'd be really fun because I don't just come from, you know, one type of place where you don't know, like I'm clueless about things, or I don't know how to see from another perspective. I feel like I'm really lucky that even though I grew up with a lot of privilege, I still get a little bit of something, you know. She's
still cool as hell.
Oh, okay.
And she always throwing questions my way. So here's the deal. Even though I know Rachel a little bit, we work together, the concept is that when you ask me the question, I do not know this question in advance, which makes it real and raw. So what she's gonna ask me, I have no idea, and you're gonna get a real response. So let's just cut through and shoot away, Rachel.
You got it.
Cinnamon.
So, you and I have talked a lot about interracial couples and about dating and about why black women like dating white men or they don't like dating white men, or why black men like dating, you know, all of it. My question for you is, I have heard a couple times before from celebrities. I can't remember where it is, but I promise I'll get you the article so you know that I'm being real and legit. I've heard a couple times in articles where a black man or a black woman of dark skin will want to get with someone who is either light skinned or just white or whatever, because they don't want their kids to have to go with whatever racial, prejudicial injustices that they have to deal with. Do you think that's a big part of why interracial relationships are such a big deal, or do you think it's strictly because, oh, well, they just want to date someone who has more European features or who's a little bit whiter because they're, you know, getting into some kind of Western stereotype? Or do you think that part of it is because they remember the struggles that they've had being black in a world where there's racism and there's prejudice, and they want to maybe make it easier for their posterity, for their kids?
Ooh, layers. Well, as always, when I answer these questions, I do not say that I am the spokesperson for all black people. But I think you kind of answered your question a little bit already. Sometimes, honestly, I think people get with people no matter what their background or what their skin color is. I mean, out of their own selfish, and they're not selfish, not meaning it's a bad thing, but out of their own preference for things. I don't think a lot of times when they get with people that they even really looking that far in advance about their children. People, I don't know if people are always dealing with the fact that they're choosing somebody based on skin color. If they haven't dealt with it why personally, I don't know if we can extend that to the children's sake. I honestly can't. If someone has an issue with their color or saying, I prefer to get with somebody and I think it'll be easier on my child based on color, I think they got some deep-rooted stuff or whatever. Because just because somebody creates a child that looks mixed, that their hair isn't kinky coily, looks like they light or whatever, or they could pass, in another race, that don't make the issues go away either.
It doesn't make the issues go away, but it would be like you could theoretically say that a white child has a much easier time being raised and facing a little bit less problems with regards to privilege than a black child would.
But
I don't know if that's.
But when you create a mixed baby,
when you create a mixed baby, okay,
that damn sure don't make it. Do you know how much people struggle with identifying between? A lot of times they unfortunately are forced to culturally side with I'm black
or I'm white.
Oh, I'm white. I mean, a lot of people go through that whole thing. And it's so crazy because if you a light-skinned person that's identifying as black, then you're going to go through the whole issue of being around dark-skinned girls who are not okay with themselves and getting teased and fighting them all the time. I've seen it, and it still happens. And then vice versa. If you got the black girl with the mixed kid who identifies with being white or is around more white people, whatever, then they're not going to be all the way accepted too. Like, there's a possibility that could happen. And it doesn't necessarily mean that it happens all the time, especially in our society where people say they don't see color. Lies. But yeah, so when they quote unquote choose, then they struggle with that. And unfortunately, a lot of times it's not even the child's doing too. What happens is it might go back to even the grandparents or something like that. If you got people that's old school, then they may or might not even accept the child into the family or whatever, and they do see the divide. And that's the stuff that they struggle with. So yeah, just because somebody comes out looking a certain way, they don't mean they're gonna have it better. I don't think it goes away. Did I answer your question?
I think so.
You think so?
I think
you see how quick that was?
That was really fast.
It really was.
I'm impressed that you wrapped it up.
I know, because
wow.
The mouthpiece can really be mouthy. Woo, woo, woo. That was a good one, Cinnamon.
I knew it. I was waiting for it. I've been thinking about it for a while.
See? So, if you have any questions that you want to ask a black woman, you can put them in the comments. Amen. And stay tuned for more lunch moments of cinnamon and caramel with my beautiful Rachel. Peace, peace, people.